It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got the Titans leader at quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Titans and the Niners, coming up next.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. Alongside my good friend with Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That was a first down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. They find some open field here. Touchdown, 49ers.
Earlier in the week when
the 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent punch down.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
The Niners at 11-2 now, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Convert, and they turn it over.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And when
Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Sunday night.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Ahead will this. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's man. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Operating from the gun, Hoffman. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
On second down, they'll run it here. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they got a chance here to open up this lead.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And some room to work. And down inside the 15 he goes.
66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Niners have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we get a chance to put points on the board.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And Oliver able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
defense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Crawford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes that kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one's going to wind up incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They go play action here on 1st down. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Gold for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Crawford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Gold to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Throwing to start the drive. Crawford. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
117 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Soma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit.
He's got him in. Complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Crawford dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. For Kidder here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through San Francisco. It's the Panthers and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Sunday night primetime.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Fields now to throw.
Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Now it's Fields. There's Trumbull, the tight end.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their 6-year cornerback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Throw left side complete. That's man. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone.
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 15 yards.
And the 49ers have struck first in this NFC title game.
Well, we knew they had the crowd, and their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated and turning it into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
A last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Fields. He'll get that one to Carter complete.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. On the give, this is their throwback. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
From the 44,
Fields.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he struggles to get a yard here. Maybe a yard down to the 31. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Off play action. Hoffman. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Hoffman. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's man. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Back to throw. Hoffman. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people out.
Touchdown! A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Fields. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 39. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looking to throw. Hoffman. He finds his man. Complete. It's man. Touchdown! 49ers! A great play there. 40 yards.
And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Now goal for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
One play action. Fields.
Eluding the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Gould is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Our two squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Hoffman. He finds his man. Complete. That's man. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets it down to the 32. 46 yards rushing for now to this point. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Touchdown 49ers! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I probably just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Fields.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Fields.
Forced out to his left.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the 1st down before taking the hit.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the 1st half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
the bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
To throw on 2nd down. Hoffman.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Throwing on first down, Hoffman. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Fields on first down.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. To throw again on second down. Fields. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Back to throw. Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Talk about two sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
To the 43, 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. To throw on 3rd down, Hoffman. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And they get to hoist the Alice Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Halas, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.